Yeah, the center of gravity has really shifted in the last year. If you look at where we were a year ago, we had agencies saying, how can we use AI if we can even use it? Where is it possible? And now we're talking about we're using AI, but how do we govern something that's making decisions on behalf of humans? The governance for that really hasn't kept up at the pace that AI has developed over that past year. There's no unified federal approach. So every agency is sort of left to interpret executive orders, the NIST guidance that recently came out, OMB memos, all slightly differently. And that really leaves people trying to assemble their own governance postures with pieces that don't necessarily fit together that nicely.
I also think we're starting to see that the agencies are figuring out the difficult parts in real time. We're seeing that in our interaction with the agencies and how they're adopting AI, and also how can you do it responsibly? That's the big question is you hear everybody always saying human in the loop and keep the human in the loop, but we're not really assessing how a difference in a decision model will be received by somebody if it's just a blind approval of human in the loop versus somebody who's actually challenging the response. And that's where I think our structure, Nava's structure and expertise as a public benefit corporation really kind of comes in. It's focusing more on how we can advise on operational decisions for veterans, clinicians, caseworkers, and feel the impact while keeping that observational ability to be uh, judgment on whether or not the actions that are happening are correct or incorrect versus passive approval based on what the machines are telling us to do. So ultimately, the idea is looking at whether or not the AI solution makes the experience better for the person on the receiving end. And within this whole conversation, AI really raises the stakes on that question.